Racing is misleading.
Fun.
Thrilling.
Passionate.
Relationship.
Family.
My name's Randy Green. I race the Green number 69 modified.
Hi, I'm Travis Green, the driver of the K&N Seal Coating T69. I decided to start racing because I see my brother do it and my dad, obviously, and I just like seeing them do it, and I figured I could try it and maybe be good at it.
Decided to start racing because my father raced my entire life. When I was a child, all I can remember is going to the races and watching him and dreaming of doing the same thing as him and being out there racing on the track with all the other cars and especially with my father.
I'm Allison Rickey, driver of the Halmar 55 358 small block. I race at Orange County Fair Speedway at Middletown, New York. I decided to start racing because of, more likely my family, because we've been in it for 60 years. It started with my grandfather, went to my uncle, then my dad, my brother, Jimmy, my cousin, me. It's been in the family forever.
Hi, my name is Tommy Johnson. I race a Northeast Dirt Modified in Accord, New York.
My name's Livy Johnson. I race pure stocks at Accord Speedway.
I'm Nick Johnson. I race modifieds at Accord Speedway.
I decided to start racing because it's in my family and I grew up at the races. So watching my brothers, I always thought it would be cool to race.
Because my brother did it, so I joined.
I decided to start racing because a few of our employees here were racing cars and it looked like fun. So I thought we would give it a chance and we enjoyed it.
Racing has affected my life tremendously. That's basically all we do. I mean, it's our second job, I should say. All summer, that's all we do. We don't really go on vacations. We race and race and race, and that's all we do. It's a family tradition.
You make a lot of friends. You meet a lot of new people that you would have never met before.
Racing is my life, and I mean, it's all I really do is race. I basically work on the car all week. I go on racing on the weekends, and I do it every week, and I wouldn't change a thing about it.
I guess it makes me a better loser.
Racing has affected my life huge throughout all the years, even before I started racing. Every time we talk at the dinner table, it's always about racing, and just, I don't even know where I'd be without racing, to be honest.
I've made a lot of new friends from racing. Racing's like a big family. Every Friday, the same people at the races, so you get to know everyone really well, and then you create friendships that last longer than racing.
The myth behind racing is everybody thinks it's just go turn left, and people think it's very easy to do, but it's more than that. It's a lot more than that, between your throttle control, how you get on the brakes, where you get on the brakes.
A popular myth about racing is everybody just turns left, but for us, we actually turn right a lot more than we turn left because we go sideways, and to control how sideways the car goes, we steer right so that we keep it under control as we're going sideways. It's a little harder than you think.
It's not just a car that you strap in and go. You gotta put a lot of time in the shop setting it up, and then when you go on a track, it doesn't take an average person to go on a racetrack. You gotta know how to drive the thing, and it takes a while.
They're all hillbillies and uneducated. It takes a lot of work to get cars ready. It takes about 10 hours a week to scale, wash, and pretty much do everything to get your car ready to go.
I think the biggest myth, everyone assumes that it's just like a guy's sport, but I mean, obviously that's not true. There's a lot more girls up and coming. I have like several friends that are girls that are becoming big names in the racing world.
Definitely that it's not an all-boys sport. I race against the best of the best, and they fear me, and I fear them, and they look at me as a friend and not a foe on the racetrack. They're like, oh, I gotta race against her, she's gonna put me in the wall. It's like, oh, I gotta race against her because she's gonna beat me, you know, she has the faster car. I had a guy come up to me at one of the races and says, thank God you don't race here with me because you kick our butts.
The scariest moment of my racing career was last year. It was during a feature race. I was trying to pass someone on the inside on the first lap of the race, and while I was underneath him, he came down on me and pinched me while we were going into the turn. So I hit the inside concrete barrier and launched off of it, and then landed on my nose of my car and fell back down. And I ended up injuring my ankle because it got stuck under the brake when I was landed.
It restarts when you're mid-pack and dust flying and you can't see 3 cars ahead of you.
Scariest moment I think in racing that I had was racing down at Middletown in the Spec Sportsman. I was going into turn 1 and 2 riding the outside of the racetrack, and some guy decided to turn right into my car, and I hit the wall probably at 120 miles an hour. It destroyed the car, almost rolled over, and it just destroyed it completely.
I got put in the wall at Middletown, and Middletown's a very big, fast track. So it was kind of a mix-up, and I got spun around and hit the fence with the basically with the car flat. So basically, I hit it wheel to wheel right against the fence, and I hit my head pretty good on the seat and rang my bell a little bit.
I rolled over a couple times there and blacked out and got knocked out, and it didn't affect me much because it happened so quick, and I have all the proper safety equipment.
Affects our family a lot because we just can't always be around sometimes, but it also brings us all together, which is very good.
It makes my family and I closer, I would say. We're all together every Friday night, and when we're here working on the cars, we're together, so we're united.
I think it's made our family a lot closer. Every Friday we go to Accord and race, and we used to do every Saturday we would go and race, and it's a whole family ordeal. We are all of each other's pit crew, so it gives us a bond a lot closer than most families have.
We've all grown closer through racing. My brothers and I are all on the same team, so we spend every Friday together. The whole family goes. Even the extended family, my aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone comes. My grandparents will come. So as far as direct family, we've all grown closer. And then I've also created a family at the races of friends.
It's been big throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to now. It's been all we do, and that's our lifestyle.
Racing's affect my family in many ways. It's one thing that's kept my family together. One negative way racing is my grandfather got killed at Accord Speedway back in the 80s. He was killed at Accord. So that was a life changer for us, but we still decided to keep racing, and my dad kept going after that, and we know my grandfather looks down at us while we race, and it's something we would never change.